Hmm.
The man in the white shirt.
Okay. So I'm just testing this out right now. I want to start uh, getting stuff together of my interests. Might on occasion have people on, you know, whoever's down, I guess, can watch movies. You can sit and watch wrestling because I'm always watching that anyway. Um, but the other things that I'm going to do are pretty much just kind of show what I'm doing artwork wise so that everybody can kind of keep up with me because I ain't exactly a social guy. I just don't get out a whole lot. So figure I'll throw out some kind of a line for people to see me. And every Friday I watch good old SmackDown. It's one of my rituals. And usually I'm not drawing while I'm doing it. I've been trying to set this up for, probably a good couple of months now because I've moved the studio around a few times. Now I'm back up into my original room I was in a little over a couple of years ago. And gotta say, it feels better back up here. So I don't know how long this is gonna go tonight. Like I said, it's just a test. Trying to see if it's comfortable to do this or if I'm gonna have to get different equipment or a different setup. Or even honestly, here I am trying to do just a quick little paint project. Well, not really paint at this point, but marker project of the dude Wes Studi. And this is when he was in Dances with Wolves. He was the angry Pawnee. I think they were Pawnee. But if you remember, he had a pretty different kind of scene where he killed Murphy Brown's assistant. Or no, it wasn't his assistant, her assistant. He was like her handyman. He was always working on drywall or something. But the character, his name was Eldon on the show. Can't remember what he was named in Dances with Wolves, but I do remember he kind of blew a fart in Kevin Costner's face when he was making or perhaps finishing dinner. But yeah, it was a pretty decent audio to it. It was more of a brap than the traditional. So yeah, I'm gonna have a drink of my cream soda. Everyone should have that on Friday. But I don't know how I'm thinking so far of these new feuds on wrestling. Yeah, that's a little too dark there. This ain't that dark, that quick. We'll go a couple shades lighter. But the markers that I'm using here, these are called Tombow. And these are Japanese watercolor markers. And I think I'm actually going to pull the plug because but they're getting pretty muddy here. And I might switch to try to do this project again with alcohol markers instead. Those are a little more reliable color-wise, and they don't tend to shred the paper. These do. These absolutely shred paper. As you heard, the bloodline is fake bloodline. Cash, is that you? Uh-oh. Yeah, but I don't know if YouTube's going to pop me for doing this review. And I will review it. I think one of the things I like about wrestling right now is, well, frankly, it's the fact that Triple H has control of it. Like, this is his deal. He's been able to revitalize the company, and I think he had some good motivation. Ultimately, he's been an industry professional for, well, since I was young. And I think he's one of those guys that has a deep respect, a profound respect for the business and art that goes into it. The professionalism some guys put into it. And I think he knew what he was getting into, considering he's kind of a de facto McMahon. We'll speak on that later, but I think his creative direction that he's letting everything go is pretty awesome. And even with some of the guys who I feel like should be winning, I don't feel like it's such a cheat, or like he's not allowing that talent to shine. Because, and this camera is not refreshing. So I'm going to take a quick minute and see if I can't fix that. Because it should be refreshing all the time. I wonder if I disconnected it by accident. I think I did. And that's the trouble with my setup right now. Okay, let's see if it gets back to live. Which it looks like it's not gonna do. That I think is a little bit messed up in my estimation. So we'll go ahead and trash that. And I'm going to go in and add back the camera. See if that'll get it going. There we go. That's more like it. So we can see the Studi, and as you can see, it's not going too well. So I think I'm going to scrap it and start over. These Tombow markers, they're not the greatest thing. So I don't know, maybe I'll just draw a little bit in the sketchbook tonight. Set up the camera angle different. And I don't know what the heck I'm watching now, since wrestling got over. Is this the Mechanic? Yeah, why don't we go to something a little more relevant? We'll do some more wrestling. We'll do a little of that AE dub. Wait a minute. This is not Rampage. But I think I'll leave it. It's Shawshank. Cassius! Cassius! Let's go get ahead and get into some stuff. So yeah, I've got what could qualify as one of the... Well, I shouldn't talk too much trash about it because I get to work from home. But I do not like that during the day, even though I'm sitting there answering calls, and these are all ballpoint pen, but this is about as far as I get to get. It's just doodling, and it's very infrequently, because I have to spend the entire day with my hands on the keyboard and a mouse, and they're starting to be a little bit overbearing on break time and call time and stuff like that. And you know, I'm not necessarily with that. And so I got a 3-color pen, and that's kind of what I've been doing with some of these faces. And they're just, you know, like I said, they're ballpoint sketches. Take a little bit of a look at some of the other. So these are small. As you can see, you know, my finger in the middle of this guy's head. It's not doing too bad. But we can do a little experimentation with some of these. That ought to be okay. Please the court. And also, I'm not sure about the sound on this. I don't know if it's too loud. It very well could be. But that don't make no, never mind. So this is what I was originally mixing these up with a little bit. This dirty Q-tip. And I I've only got the one swab, so we'll kind of try to take it easy. Oops. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it in a different setup for this stuff because it's a little bit inconvenient, a little bit claustrophobic. But see, what I was doing was I was taking a little bit of this alcohol here, and it's just this stuff. Not expensive or nothing. And I'll drop a little tiny bit of it on a Q-tip. And so let's go ahead and focus. Oops. Like I said, let me know if anybody's actually watching. I don't see any comments. Of course, I didn't do a lot of advertising. This is mostly for my curiosity. Bob Ross style. Hey. Get to hear about Andy Dufresne chilling people's blood and all that malarkey. And so the swab is wet now. Sorry. A little savagery there for you. But what this does is it kind of breaks down the ink, if you can see that. Makes the color run. So I was actually thinking about doing some art projects with just that. And I think it's cool because it's easy to make some pretty believable fades if you are even semi-disciplined about shading and highlights, things like that. And yeah, the result is always a little bit surprising, just because I think the black ink is the ink that works the best. I mean, it's got the most color to work with, and it seems to break down the best in the alcohol. But yeah, make some little images like this, and they come out almost looking like watercolors in a way, like higher end watercolors. Let's see. All it is alcohol. And so as you can see, you get a little bit of a decent result out of that for blending. And get some pretty dramatic stuff. And I just kind of went around it with a blue ballpoint pen, and see, it affects it a little bit different. So I think that if I worked big enough with any serious intention on pieces like this, they could be pretty dynamic, pretty striking. And again, these pieces are just goofing around. Just little drawings in my sketchbook. Where'd my alcohol? Oh, can't forget this guy. Don't want to get warm. Cassius, is that you?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I called you like 8 times, kid.
I was peeing.
Huh?
I was in the bathroom.
Okay. Hey, will you check my YouTube channel?
Sure.
I want to see if it's streaming okay.
Just give me a second.
You know my YouTube channel, don't you?
Isn't it Prof. Gonzo?
Yes.
That's the one
All right. Let me know when you're able to get on.
Yeah, extremely fine.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I took it down to 30 FPS. Oh shit. I almost just knocked my drawing over, dude. But does it look nice and clear?
Yeah. Looks delayed by about 15-ish seconds.
Okay.
Maybe 30.
Yeah, that's not bad. Isn't that kind of usual, the type of delay it has?
When I stream, I delay that much, so yeah.
Okay. But I think you should come up here for a minute.
Sure.
Where you at?
Right here.
Oh, okay. Very nice. Yeah, see, I've got the two cameras going.
Yep.
Was my sound okay, or was my mic too loud, or anything like that?
Well, with it turned down, I could still hear you. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure that it's not, because in my headphones, I just want to make sure that what I'm hearing is accurate-ish.
Yeah, no, it's pretty fine right now.
Okay. But yeah, I think I'm gonna start trying to do this every Friday,
Okay.
and I'm gonna be making artwork and, well, just hitting the sketchbook for the most part. And I don't know, maybe like I'm just kind of flipping through channels or whatever. Watch wrestling.
Yeah.
Maybe do wrestling reaction while I'm doing this. Watching Andy Dufresne and his buddy Red talking about the Sisters of Mercy. Do you know who the Sisters of Mercy are in this movie?
No, sir.
They're the prison rapists,
Oh,
rapists.
that's fun.
Well, you know, what are you gonna do? You're in jail in the 40s. You know, not a lot of TV you can watch. Only so many books you can read.
Yep.
But yeah, wanted to see, and I don't know, do you know, because see, I'm working with OBS. Now, if we were to stream in multiple people,
Yeah.
is that fairly easy, or is that so where would need to like start thinking about better graphics card and stuff?
Multiple people, like multiple cameras, or just like across different videos?
Well, I would think probably if somebody wants to join us on a video conference or something.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe, what would be? Because I know a lot of people use. Oh, what's that one?
I mean, I would use a window capture and just put up Zoom.
Hmm?
I would use a window capture and just put up Zoom.
Well, yeah. But I completely forgot the word Zoom.
Oh.
Forgot what it was. But yeah, we could have your Uncle Frank with us or something.
Yeah, if you want to do that, you
Yeah.
just put up Zoom. And if they have their own setup, they can connect that through Zoom.
Yeah. We'll do some stuff like recap the day's news stories.
Mm-hmm.
Have Cassius put his hot take on what Donald Trump meant. Talking about the pets.
I mean, he's fine. He's right there.
Well,
You're
yeah.
right on.
But no, I just wanted to make sure this is going okay.
I know, as long as you keep the sketchbook center, and as long as you're not blocking anything specific with your camera, you should be fine.
Right. Yeah. I gotta say, I love the way the alcohol makes the ink look on camera.
Makes it look less limey.
Yeah, it's blurry. Now, actually, I don't know if that's a problem with the camera, because it's kind of out of focus. Like it doesn't focus at all. Of course, this is a.
You might have to manually adjust focus if you wanted to take in the whole thing, because you see it's because that's like slightly far away, so it's focusing on the right side of your sketchbook,
Mm-hmm.
and not focusing very hard on the left side. So you probably have to do a manual focus to get it a little bit closer to how you want it specifically.
Mm. Yeah, I'm not
Although,
sure.
I don't know if that camera is capable of that.
No, this camera's definitely not capable. This is the camera they sent me from work. That camera, the one that's on me, that's the one I got off Amazon for about probably $20.
Hmm.
Yeah. It had the funny English description, like make life good better with high contrast camera with definition that you will love.
Well, it works fine.
Well, yeah, it works. I don't
I
know
mean, it
if
doesn't
it's.
capture motion super well, but
I don't know if I love it. I don't know if it makes life easier. I guess it's better than not having no camera.
I mean, if we get a proper battery charger, my camera app could lend it to you.
Which camera is that?
This is the one I actually have.
You still haven't charged. You still haven't ordered a.
It's not the right battery charger. Every single one doesn't seem to be right.
So how come you don't order one direct from the manufacturer, dude?
Because it's expensive.
Yeah, it's like a $700 camera.
Ew.
Did you not realize this?
No, I know cameras are expensive.
No, I mean that camera is an expensive camera. That's the one your sister wanted because they did it at the school district. They had that at the school district.
It's different from the school districts.
Now, the camera I used for my photographs.
Because that camera down there, it has, instead of like, I want to say it's 6 points on it,
Uh-huh.
like the 3, and then, I guess that's 8.
Okay.
My point is, it doesn't have these little boxes that I'm used to when doing camera work.
Oh, it doesn't
So,
have the grid.
Yeah, so it's a little funky
Right.
because what I'm used to is like I can pinpoint focus on something I want to in a specific grid
Uh-huh.
or area of the camera. But that camera has it set up in a confusing way where it doesn't exactly display on what you're trying to capture unless
Oh.
you're looking at the picture it displays
Right.
instead of looking through the lens,
Mm.
which I prefer to look through the lens. So
Good God.
it's a bit weird.
Why would you want something that makes so much sense?
But that's what that camera's like. So
Huh?
that's what that camera's like.
Yeah.
It's a bit off.
Well,
It's not so bad.
and a while back when I had a, and I should probably get that set up again because it would work
What's the matter?
perfect with a video capture card. But that camera, remember we bought Kanita that camera for Christmas?
Mm-hmm.
That, and she didn't want it.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want it. And just didn't want it. Wound up using their own money to buy that expensive camera that they gave to you because they got frustrated with that camera. But yeah, it has a micro HD port, and when I use the micro HD port, it can plug into an HDMI device
Yep.
and do live streaming. So yeah, that could be a nice work. Of course, then everything's in 4K.
Yeah. And you'll have this big old camera right there.
Yeah, but that camera, it doesn't have to be right there.
Yeah,
It can
back
be
here.
zoomed out.
Mhm.
Like that could be over my shoulder,
Yep.
coming in there, looking at every detail. Seeing when the last time I clipped my fingernails was. Hey, did your mom go to bed?
No, she's still up.
Huh?
She's still up.
Talking to Kanitash.
Think so?
Eee. Commiserating. Alright. Well, yeah, dude, I just wanted to make sure this is actually kind of up and running.
It's working fine.
So, if it looks alright, and I remember the first time we tried to stream when we were playing that. Oh, yeah. I need to download that game again. What was it?
Which one?
It was Bro something.
Oh, Broforce?
Huh?
I'm pretty sure it was called Broforce.
Yeah, Broforce. I'll bet that would look good right now. Better computer. But anyway. Alright, dude. Well, I'll let you get back to getting on and screaming about getting cheeks clapped. Hey, did you guys go to the movie?
Yeah, we did.
How was it on the big screen?
It's pretty good. Hey, do you think we watched Howls? Because we went to Transformers.
Oh, yeah, I thought you were going to watch Howls, but you went to Transformers?
Yeah, because his dad couldn't.
So
dad
Transformers was good?
Yeah.
With that little Nickelodeon animation?
Yeah.
Alright, well.
Well, I mean, it's good for, like, you know, it's got some depth to it.
Some depth.
Some.
Alright.
There's, like, little things. I don't want to tell you anything.
Well, it's not like I can afford to go see it.
When Megatron, like, when he gets, like, banished from the city, his eyes, like,
Do they
were, like,
automatically
full
turn
of
red?
red, like, very, very clear red,
Uh-huh.
and then they dilated back a bit, and then they flared back up
Ah. I see.
because it was like he lost his old hatred and learned a new.
Look, this is going to be a constant struggle. If I'm gonna be watching TV, I'm gonna have all these freaking look at these drug commercials all over the place. Do not taunt Happy Fun Ball.
I mean, there's little details like that that are super cool.
They were super cool.
They're cool to me.
Ah. Was it as good as when Iron Giant flipped out when he found out Hogarth might have died?
No,
No.
no. that one was really good. That one was amazing. But no, it was fun. It's a fun little movie.
Well, maybe I'll check it out. I don't know if I can. Ain't much to do about getting that stuff pirated these days.
I mean, it had some like dynamic animation.
Did it?
Yeah.
Ah. You know, when I was little, I had the original Megatron Transformer.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, he was because he's a tank right now. Megatron was originally a Luger pistol. Pretty realistic looking. I thought it was the best thing ever because, you're holding Megatron.
Just making a pistol.
Yeah, I mean, it was Nazi issue pistol.
He's still a tank in the movie.
Yeah, he's a tank now. But I'm saying when they first came out with that show, he was a pistol. And I can't even remember the name of the Japanese show that they adapted that from. But yeah, Megatron was a pistol.
I mean, it's a prequel movie, so
Oh, okay. So he may yet turn into a pistol.
well, he did turn into a tank. So, I mean, I don't think you're getting your pistol back.
Yeah, that has sailed. I wonder if they'd do him as a pistol if they had like the safety colors on it. Like instead of the realistic gun gray colors, he was like the Seahawk colors, like blue and action green
Oh.
with the orange day glow tip.
I mean, it might work. It's Hasbro, so it might work.
Yeah,
They said kill in the movie. Ooh.
did they?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know, no, did you watch the Transformers movie with me?
I did. I can't remember.
Yeah, there was a big controversy because when that movie came out, and all these parents took their kids to it, and there were quite a few that were upset because somebody in the movie said shit,
Oh. When they say glitch.
and I think that probably on the studio floor they were probably wringing their hands about, are we going to get away with this? But yeah, they even threw money at, gosh, what was it? There was a band called Lion that did a version of their theme song, and that said you have to go listen to it. You'll understand that it took people by surprise in the theater.
That's kind of weird.
But see, your grandparents wouldn't take us to go see it.
Why?
I don't know. Could have been that they were pretty busy at that time. I think that's around the time that your papa started. Your papa, I know, he got a raise around that time. So the money wasn't the problem. Probably the time was the problem. But yeah, we didn't go see it, and I felt cheated because all the kids in the neighborhood knew that Optimus Prime died. And of course, they never shut up about it. And I'm like, how can he die? He's a robot. I didn't see that movie until I was 22. And by then, it was like, it was a letdown. I was like, that's anticlimactic.
Yeah.
This was. I mean, it was probably such a brawl when the theater's packed with 7-year-olds.
And Bumblebee speaks in this movie, so.
Bumblebee speaks.
He talks.
Did they make him speak slangish?
No, he's just insane.
The same as what? Like in the cartoons where he does talk?
More like comedic relief insane,
Oh, okay.
where they're like, they've been alone for so long that they're a little crazy.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the way he was introduced was like, oh, he's been down in like sub-level 50 for however long,
Right.
all alone.
Poor little fella. Yeah, see, I was trying to draw Wes Studi. You don't know Wes Studi.
Nope.
So, Wes Studi, this is a scene from a movie called Dances with Wolves. And he was pretty maniacal. Not to be funned around with. But yeah, the first part of his career, he played couple of pretty memorable bad guys. But now they had him and Gary Farmer and Graham Greene, who were like three of the bigger native actors through like the same time period in the 80s and 90s. And those guys were all in Reservation Dogs.
Oh.
They were like this pack of three dudes. It was like the Rez Uncles.
That's cool.
Yeah. Well, and Gary Farmer, he's the biggest one. He was the only one of them to actually pronounced way do nude scenes.
He pronounced.
In a pronounced way. Like, he was like fully naked in some movie scenes. And not in a way of...
Was it tasteful?
I wouldn't say taste goes into it at all. It was just like, like the bareness of driving on a freeway and seeing a car accident, or seeing somebody getting arrested after something horrible happened. Just like, how can you avoid seeing this? And yeah, he did that back in his 30s and younger days, and now he's in his 70s, and he did it again for a show. And the only one that did it in the show. It was like, wow. They went for the homer with him.
What he's iconic for.
Yeah, part of that. Part of that Rez Uncle energy. He knows the weed better than anybody else. But no. So yeah, Wes Studi he was walking around the res, like he was making little copper figurines and hanging them all over people's houses and reservation dogs. And people were freaking out. They were all freaking out because they didn't know what was going on. He knew he was freaking them out. And he just figured it was kind of like trying to get the word out about a franchise. Yeah, with a bunch of wire copper figures.
Cool.
Yep. They thought it was someone doing evil on them sometimes. But yeah, that'll be probably some of the stuff I watch on here. We'll watch Powwow Highway, dude. And I did present the idea of having Clayton as a guest. We'll see. We'll see what we can get into there.
I'm gonna be at a tournament tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Are you going to Spokane?
Yeah. It's gonna be early.
What time do you got to leave?
8-ish.
8-ish.
8 to 9.
Alrighty.
Because, well, we would have had to leave at 7, but Charlie's got to take his dad to work, so we can't leave at 7.
Oh.
So we're gonna leave at 8 or 9 and get there at about 10 or 10:30 to 11. I imagine.
Right. Okay.
And then we'll be playing in the tournament, except for until 3 o'clock, and then we play in our actual bracket.
Oh. All right. So what time you figure you'll be home tomorrow night? Conservatively.
There's like 300 people in the bracket, so.
Holy smokes.
So, probably 11.
I'm
gonna be gone all day.
So you're gonna be coming home with heartburn?
Probably.
Good God. Speaking of heartburn, I gotta finish my.
Heartburn, or we stop by Winco before we go.
Are you gonna be that guy that shows up with a sandwich and a bag of chicken, like a big sandwich?
Yes.
Or
We'll show up with the Winco sandwich, and they're gonna. I hope nobody asks for a bite. Everybody knows
Yeah.
that anybody who does gaming tournaments is usually broke.
Yeah. Well, when you spend your last dollar on admission fees and the gas to get up there, and your main source of income is your revenue stream, what did I do? And that phrase didn't even make sense. Revenue stream is your main source of income. That's the most incredibly true and probably the dumbest thing I've said today.
You can go, Eileen. You can go. Oh. What's the matter?
Oh, I drank it. God damn it. All right.
But I have the number 1 in Washington for round 2. So.
Couldn't get out of that, huh?
Nope. He said he swapped the bracket around, and it's still the same.
He said he's what?
He swapped the bracket around,
Uh-huh.
like last minute, because some people had to drop out. But it's still the same bracket, pretty much.
Lovely.
there's a second little mini tournament going on in Wenatchee, but there's not that many people because the bigger tournament is happening at the same time.
Right.
Last I checked, there were 8 at that one. Yeah, everybody's going to the big old tournament because it's a tournament that was down last year. It's a yearly tournament, but it was down last year because COVID stuff.
Right.
He still
Last
wasn't sure.
year?
He wasn't sure about it still.
Was it right? COVID scared?
Yeah,
Okay.
he wasn't sure about it still. So it's back this year. And there's going to be a couple of top 100 players on like national ranking, as well as top 10s from
Regional?
pretty much the regions in the Northwest.
Right.
There's a top 10 from like North Carolina, I think.
Really?
Yeah,
Good God.
but other than that, I don't think we have that many out of region. No, there is one guy from Mexico.
Really?
He's top 100.
Top 100 in the world?
Yes.
Well, that'll be sobering.
So he's probably going to win, unless somebody makes a massive upset. And it won't be me.
You never
I'm
know.
not going to have him in my bracket until if I get to grand finals. Which, good God, it's going to be a lot of games.
Yeah, it sounds like the intensity. How? Okay, so over this tournament in Spokane, I just want to know how a worldwide ranked dude from Mexico, one of the top 100 players in the world,
Mm-hmm.
not only gets wind of it, but winds up going to it.
See, it's because the top 100 in the world, they kind of just like go to any semi-large tournament, or quite a few of them do, because either they play characters that are not super great, or they themselves want to improve, so they go to a semi-big tournament to compete and get better.
Right.
And so Mexico has like a good number of really, really good players. It's, out of the whole world, I think it's number 2 best. America's 3rd.
And where's first? Japan?
Japan.
Yeah.
They weren't first until 2020.
Really?
Yeah. But now, number 1, number 3, and I think after that it's like 9, 10, 11 are all Japanese. And the rest are Mexico or United States. Or even France.
Wow. So does Japan kind of run at least the top 10 players in the world?
Pretty well, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the number, I want to say number 3 or number 2 are Guatemala. They're Guatemala.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then, I don't know, the yearly rankings have been in Australia this year because there's just been a ton of upsets. Indirect. Like the Japanese Donkey Kong player, and Donkey Kong's like a low tier, beat the number 1 in the world recently.
Really?
And a Japanese player, beat multiple top level Japanese players with Little Mac, and Little Mac is the second worst character in the game.
Really?
Yeah, and he proceeded to win that tournament. So,
Little Mac.
lots of upsets.
Right. Well, it'll be something to do, I guess. Ah, shit. Well, I'm going to put this stuff away. I'm getting old. I'm all tired now.
Apparently, I am 35th in Eastern Washington.
You're 35th?
Yeah.
Nice.
I went to one tournament and got 5th place.
See?
They said, he's good, guy.
5th in one tournament. I've only got to go to 5 more and I can get in the top 12 again. Which you should, probably.
I'm counted as that one player who goes 2-2 in bracket. But if I really tried, guys, I'd probably be the best.
Oh. You just gotta start to practice.
I guess, but my character isn't good.
Your character don't need to be good, man.
I don't want to have to fight terrible matchups.
You don't want to have to fight terrible matchups?
Well, I don't want to, and also it is annoying too, depending on playstyle.
Ah.
But I have another character, so it's not as bad.
Right. Well, I thought I was done, and then I found my ghoul. Yeah, I should probably call it a night. I'd rather drink another one of these guys again, so... Yeah, I'm going to wrap it up. That's enough of a test.